Choice International.
Hey, Choice Nation, how are you guys doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Sons of Thunder Talk Show. My name is Nathaniel Carter, and I'm joined today with.
It's your own Jared's Home Choice Nation. How y'all doing?
And today we have a very special guest. We have the one and only, the house prophet, our big brother, our role model, Gregory D. Taylor.
Come on, y'all. Y'all clap it up for House Prophet. Come on, clap it up for him.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
That's right. We have the man himself. And today we're going to be talking about some very sensitive topics. That's right. Today we're talking about sex. We're talking about sex, and more specifically, we're talking about how this man, despite him, he's a very attractive man. He's a very funny man. But despite all that, he is still a virgin, going on close to 2 decades. So, bro, how, as you know, the times we live in, how were you able to abstain from any sexual immorality in this generation?
Well, for me, it all started off, of course, obviously in my family. I'll just be transparent. I've seen incest in my family. I've seen people contract STIs in my family. I've seen how the wrong relationships, bring on a whole lot of trouble and problems, and just people could pull out their hairs. So, for me, just seeing that, I just made a decision. I just wanted to do it the right way. I wanted to, find someone who I can date to eventually marry and just take the slow ride, and have sex after marriage. So that's my goal. Yeah, that's my goal. So I just seen a whole lot, just growing up within my family, cousins, aunties, and just, at one point, family members, they even wanted me. Just putting it out there. So, by the grace of God.
Right.
By the grace of God, His grace, I know, have sustained me and kept me in the area of, my virginity. So, yeah.
By the grace of God, that's powerful. Wow.
Real powerful.
So, how much would you say of like the fear of catching a STD or a STI had to do with it?
Wait. I wouldn't say it wasn't a fear. I was just different. God made me different from all my family members, even my cousins. It wasn't necessarily a fear in what I saw. I just knew that, hey, it can bring on a whole different lifestyle, mentally and physically. So, I love peace, man. I just love peace. That's it. I want as much peace as possible. And so just by seeing those things in my family, I just the arguments, the, everyday arguments, fights outside and everything. I was like, nah, I'm not going to, I'm trying to do this the right way to keep my sanity.
Right.
So that's really what it was about, so, for me.
Gotcha. So it was distasteful what you were saying.
Yeah, most definitely distasteful. Still to this day, man, unresolved issues. People are still holding on to how this person have done them wrong, and broken hearts and manipulation and just, yeah, man. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, bro. So, the generation we live in, virginity is something that people, see as a negative nowadays. So, like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
Well, today, in today's time, and I'm gonna speak to just, the virgins out there. It's a strength, it's a strength to hold on to yourself as long as, you can possibly. And hopefully I would love for everyone to do that after marriage. But in today's time, man, we living in a time where, that's what we call lame. if you're a virgin, you lame. You know, you just, man, you ain't hit that yet. You know, you ain't winning that. So it's like, nah, man, it's a beauty. It's a beautiful thing, and the process is beautiful because that's a strength. To God, that's a strength, and it just shows discipline. It just shows discipline. And I think that, you know, one of the top disciplines is virginity, just in life. So it's a beautiful thing, man. Hold on to it. Don't worry about the peer pressure. Just know your journey and know your path. So that's what I have to say about, you know, today's time with keeping your virginity. That is.
Yeah. So, all right. So, when would you said you were looking for to have sex after marriage? But what happened if God was to send you somebody you know God's son? Somebody you know that God sent into your life. Would you test the water before you get married?
Communication. I think it's all about communication and accountability when it comes to that. Specifically, if God, you know, have opened my eyes. There it is.
Yeah.
Open my eyes to someone who can, you know, possibly be my wife, my spouse. It's just all about communication. You gotta talk about it, man.
Right.
You gotta talk about everything. You know, if you want to be involved with a relationship or someone you deem that is worthy to have yourself in life, you gotta communicate from A to Z, all levels. So I just think it's about communication when it comes specifically to sex. You know, hey, my goal is to, you know, hold myself until, you know, marriage. That's my goal. That's communication. So, and, you know, if that individual respects it, then we good. If you don't respect it, I don't think you gotta rock out. You know, so, and serious conversations like that with them, that will let you know if that's the person that God sent in your life. So it's just all about communication at the end of the day.
Got you. I'm taking those myself.
Look
bro.
at you.
AMJ Biblical Institute exists to glorify God by educating students to reach the world for Christ by serving the church, the community, and the world as biblically minded, professionally competent men and women of character. Our biblical curriculum is created to give you revelation and insight into the gospel. This curriculum will teach you about principles and laws based on biblical experiences that will empower and further your life. The AMJ prophetic curriculum is designed to give you the foundational concepts about the prophetic. You will learn why we prophesy, differences of major prophets versus minor prophets, kingdom prophet versus church prophet, and clear up misconceptions of commonly used prophetic terms. If you desire this type of biblically sound education, then AMJ Biblical Institute is right for you.
And let's not forget about the Dean of AMJ Biblical Institute, Dr. Keisha Fleming, who will welcome you, get you started, and definitely answer all of your questions.
And we back, Choice Nation. Well. My brother.
What's
my
up?
brother.
What's up?
How did you deal with your sexual desires?
How did I deal with my sexual desires? Oh man, like I said before, man, His grace. I mean, I'm a man, right? So every man has his day, you know. Morning, noon, night, midnight, every man has his day. We have our desires. So, I mean, I just always find myself, man, just in the house of the Lord. And that has never stopped my desires physically or emotionally. My focus was mainly on the house of the Lord and just serving in the house. And so, I mean, the desires that I had, I mean, I just kind of, I guess the house or His grace has suppressed those things. And like I said, just talking to a man of God, he had talks with me as well, you know, about sex and about a potential person, what to look for in an individual. So I just knew that, you know, a day will come, you know, and a day is coming.
Yes, sir.
You know, when God will send me that right individual. But every man got his day, man. I'm natural at the end of the day. I'm not, perfect, but I just always found myself doing something, just to kind of gear my focus off of that before really, losing myself.
So, as a man, the temptations, it can be tough. So how did you have any close encounters or any close calls on this journey?
I had close encounters. I had close encounters, but for some apparent reason, I'll be honest with you guys, it never went down. God always was there. Whether by, someone jumping in or stepping in the way, or saying certain things, or, at that moment, it's just, I don't know, something just always, God found a way to not let me lose my strength. So I just thank God for that, man, because I wouldn't be a virgin today if, but I just made up in my mind, that, God wants me to be a virgin, so I can have that testimony for others. So it ain't for everybody, but everybody got their own thing that God gives them, and just He gave that to me. So I thank God for just intervening and stepping in at the right moments.
Wow. So bro, when is your time?
Hey, it's my time. It's my moment, huh?
Yes, sir. It's your season.
Yes, Lord.
So when it is your time, how would you know what it is that you like?
Right.
Well, I mean, I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see it, man. I just now what your question? What you mean? Like what I like the physicality of a woman, or what? Like,
I mean, I guess you could go by it and like the physicality of the woman, and like more specifically, like what might you like in the bedroom?
Oh, all right, yeah. Well, as far as the physicality, it's really I'm not a big guy. I'm really not a big guy. I like proportion. Right. I'm a guy of proportion. I find myself, I like proportion. I like, something, I can move around. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as in the bedroom, I mean, that's only authorized by me. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really gonna, get into all that, but
Right.
in rocket science, man, hey, that's for me. You know what I'm saying?
All right. We get the picture, though.
That's a good question.
AMJ Biblical Institute exists to glorify God by educating students to reach the world for Christ by serving the church, the community, and the world as biblically minded, professionally competent men and women of character. Our biblical curriculum is created to give you revelation and insight into the gospel. This curriculum will teach you about principles and laws based on biblical experiences that will empower and further your life. The AMJ prophetic curriculum is designed to give you the foundational concepts about the prophetic. You will learn why we prophesy, differences of major prophets versus minor prophets, kingdom prophet versus church prophet, and clear up misconceptions of commonly used prophetic terms. If you desire this type of biblically sound education, then AMJ Biblical Institute is right for you.
And let's not forget about the Dean of AMJ Biblical Institute, Dr. Keisha Fleming, who will welcome you, get you started, and definitely answer all of your questions.
And we back, Choice Nation. Now, my brother. My question to you, how was the house, 516, how was the house beneficial in your life?
Man, words can't describe. The house is my life. Literally, the house is my life, is my everything. I learned everything in the house of the Lord. And the man of God, he always say everything you need is in the house. So, and everything that I need and will continue to need will be in the house of the Lord. And it's just not spiritual. It's natural as well, because, according to our vision, rebuild the waste places in lives and families and the world, equip them with life skills according to biblical patterns. So, man, the house is my everything, man. The house has obviously kept me in my virginity, Pat. The house have given me clarity about my life, just understanding of who I am, the man that God has created me to be, stems from the house. How to follow a leader, and even how to command and lead. Man, the house is my best friend, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I tell everybody this specifically, this house, I can't see myself being in another house or joining another ministry. The man of God, he has this skill, this unique skill of, blending the old and the young together, that we can work together. And he speaks the language of the old and the young. So, man, that's just a gift and a grace that God has given him. And so I saw that in Prophet Jasmine. The house has given me the opportunity to fly for the first time. The first time I flew was to the Bahamas. Not nowhere in the U.S. I flew to the Bahamas. Wow. They say that's where God lives. I don't know about that. He here right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, man, everything from administration work, business administration, now being in a position of being executive, administrator, finances, relationships, people skills, social skills. This the house. I don't know if everybody is on here from choice, but y'all need to come to the house of the Lord, because it will definitely blow your mind if you are really intentional about it, and you really just sacrifice everything that you're doing and just put some time into the house. So the house, man, has definitely blessed me and will continue to bless me. My life source, my life stems from being and always being connected to this house. Yeah.
So, bro, if you could pick like any one thing that you learned from the house, what would you say that it was?
Man, that's a good question. I got a lot of answers, but I'm trying to get what. I would say, if I were to pick one thing that I learned from this house, is you can't not be self-made. A lot of times we hear this, I'm self-made. So one thing that I've learned throughout my 15 years, soon to be 16 years in May, is you need somebody. You have to be connected to somebody specifically that is greater than you. A lot of times when, I've got in trouble, my connection with the man of God, he found a resolution for me, got me out of a couple of situations when I didn't know how to speak the right language. The man of God, he would drill me on how this is what you say. This is how you talk to this person, X, Y, Z. So just being connected to somebody, because everybody needs somebody. Right. We believe in a self-made. It's a self-made generation, self-made attitude, and arrogance and pride begins to take control of us, and we forget why we are in the position that we are in now. So we have to cherish our connections. Specifically someone who is greater than you. So that's one thing I learned from this house, man. You got to be connected. The power of connection.
Right.
Yes,
and just for me, my little short time being in the house, I could agree with everything you said, just from the things I didn't see, man. The house that helped me out tremendously, and then it then got me out of trouble. If you want me to be honest, bro, everything you said is totally true. So I totally agree with everything you said, cause I even see it from my own eyes.
Gotcha.
Okay, bro, so final question.
Final?
Final question.
The final.
We not headed home yet. Come on.
Man.
So, would you say that serving the house, being in the house, it has given you a greater level of self-discipline than most other people, because you're able to stay disciplined in being focused on waiting until marriage? You're able to be disciplined in the house, your duties to the house, among other things. So, I'm rambling. So, would you say that being in the house, serving the house, has given you a greater level of self-discipline over other people?
I'm not gonna cry. But that song is, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna shed no tears. Oh man, being a servant in the house of the Lord is I wouldn't call it a cheat code, but I would call it, it's what God wants from everybody to be a servant. So servitude for me, and that's a good question, servitude for me has definitely given me a discipline around the board. It has given me a discipline that I would have never had outside of serving the house. I can remember when I was 14, Lord have mercy. I'm getting up there, huh? I remember when I was 14, it was more hands-on work. That's why I got these calluses. People don't think I work. This for the people who don't think I work. All these calluses, picking up chairs, moving side equipment. I'm on top of the roof, in the roof. I just put that out there. But from the age of 14, I learned to, do physical work. That was a focus there, serving the house, painting and moving chairs, revamping the building, and just anything that the man of God needed for me to be done, I did, and that kept me focused and that kept me busy. As young men, as young people, we got to be busy. Right. That's just, you while you have strength, you got to work. So I thank God for this house, me being a servant. It has definitely given me a strength and a focus and a discipline to X out what could have been, situations outside of the house of the Lord. So, I knew that the house was working for me and is still working for me to combat against, attacks outside. So, man, it's even in me being a virgin, the house have kept me. My mind, the house have kept me, has given me peace. And not to, make everything sound peaches and cream. There will be days where, I'm stressed out, days where I'm sad, when I'm angry, but, it's I still get the job done to the best of my abilities, not perfect, but, what's fire without, what's a diamond without fire? You know what I'm saying? You have to have someone to press on you, to push on you, to chastise you when you're wrong, and so it's all in the house, man. So me serving this house of the Lord, it's no words to describe. God saved my life. He saved my life because, man, I could have been a bum. I could have been, in the street somewhere, just no job, just spoiled and rotten, and just some of the traits of my family members. I could have been a statistic of that, but man, I thank God for this house. In 2008, to be exact, my natural father, shout out to the late, great Gregory Donnell Taylor Sr., my natural father brought me to my supernatural father.
God. Dang.
Yeah, my natural father brought me to my supernatural father. I was a freshman in high school.
Man, no.
Yeah. I was a fresh meat. I was a freshman in high school. 2008, it was, I think my birth month, June or July, that we came into Choice International Ministries. And from that day, man, I just started serving, whether it's, Men in Black team, standing on the wall, sitting people. And I was the best seater, and still to this day, I know how to sit them jokers down. I had a bargain, and you know how it is. I got to get everything right. You gonna see they argue with, like, to you know, hey. But look, so I went from seating people to catching people to holding the bat. At that time, we used to hold the baskets, man. I love my own, man. All them biceps used to be, Lord, come on. So I went from seating people, catching people, holding the baskets, prophesying in the old building. The first person I prophesied to was my mom.
Talk about it.
Yeah, man.
Talk about it, bro.
Prophet said, "What's the word of the Lord, man?" I was tears just running down my face. I was 14. It was just overwhelming.
Right.
It was overwhelming. Then we transferred to this building in 2011. I was still on the wall serving people, greeting people, and still catching people and holding the basket. Then I got ordained and licensed as a minister in 2013. The youngest out the group.
Dumb.
The dumb way.
The dumb.
Yeah. The youngest out the group. And from 2013, what year is this? I would say probably like 2017. That was my first year of becoming closer to the man of God, relationship with him. A lot of people don't know that. They thought I was always this close. It's like, no, it wasn't always this way. I had to work my way. I'm trying to, everybody got the older. But look, 2017, I began to, work more closely with the man of God, and he trusts me with certain responsibilities around the house. Was it 2020? I think it was 2019. I was a pastor. 2019, I believe. I may get the, dates, because people call me pastor, prophet, bishop, apostle. So I don't know. So, but yeah, man, just long story short, serving the house of the Lord, it's my safety. It's my safety, man. It's where I find answers. It's where I find joy. It's where I find peace. A lot of people don't know how to praise or pray or worship in the house of the Lord, or just focus on Jesus. But 516, this is where I'm at, man. This is it for me. This is my destined place. And I'm just happy to, have brothers like y'all to, be a part of the greatness, man, because, there's greatness out there for all the younger sons of the house. So, and I just want to see you guys grow and elevate beyond me. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm even trying to get the little cubs right. They be stressing my nerves, but they're gonna be all right. But yeah, man, that's all. I'm babbling. That's all I gotta say. Right. Yeah, man.
Man, well, this
we're gonna have to do a part 2, man. Come on, man.
We got to.
We'll bring you back on.
Let's go.
We have to, because our time has ran out. But man, if you willing, I'm sure the people would love to have you back. Cause we need to hear your voice more, bro.
Come on.
We need your wisdom. We need your wisdom.
Gotta go deep.
So y'all, we want y'all to subscribe.
Comment down below.
Smash that like button.
Until next time.
Be blessed.
Ah.